Thank you for joining me for Daily Mobility. Our joints are what allow us to move with ease and sometimes a little bit of grace, whether we are practicing yoga, participating in a sport or a hobby, or just doing all the everyday things. Today, I'm going to take you through 7 of the major joints of the body, and we'll move each of those joints through its greatest, most pain-free range of motion. You can do this any time of day. It only takes 10 to 15 minutes, and it feels really good. So let's go. We'll start on our backs. And whether you are beginning or ending your day with this practice, this first bit of dynamic movement is really nice because it not only gets the joints moving, particularly the spine, but it's also really relaxing when coupled with the breath. So coming onto your back, we'll bring the feet to the floor, knees are bent. Bring your fingertips behind your head, and then bring the feet together and the knees together, and we'll roll onto one side. So I'm rolling onto my left side. Bring the elbows together. Inhale. And as you exhale, open up that right chest, shoulder, and elbow for a twist. And then we'll inhale the elbows back together. Exhale, open up. One more time. Inhale, elbows together. And exhale, open, and we'll hold it here for 2 breaths. Inhale. Exhale, drop into that twist a little bit deeper. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Come back to center, scoot the hips if they moved. Feet together, knees together. Roll onto your right side. Bring the elbows together. Inhale. Exhale, open up that left chest, shoulder, and elbow. Inhale the elbows back together. Exhale. One more time. Inhale. Exhale, and hold it here for 2 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Fall into that twist. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Moving on to the ankles. So scooting the hips back if they moved, hug your knees into your chest. Good. And then we'll separate the knees and the feet. Maybe bring the arms behind your knees just so that we can solidify the legs because we really want to isolate the joint. Once you get there, we'll flex the feet, so bringing the toes in toward you. Start to circle the ankles. So circling the ankles in toward the big toes to start. And then out toward the pinky toes and up. And one more time, circling in toward the big toes, out toward the pinky toes and up. Hold it here and we'll reverse the circle. Out toward the pinkies, in toward the big toes, and back to center, and then again out toward the pinkies, around, in toward the big toes, and into center. Good. Hug your knees back into your chest, and we'll slowly rock all the way up to a seat. So find a comfortable seated position. You can cross your legs, you can sit on your feet, come up onto your knees. We're moving on to the neck. So I like to place my palms in my lap, but you can find any comfortable position for your arms and hands just so that the whole body stays very still and we isolate the neck. So find that position, and then we'll drop the chin to the chest, and then start to move the chin along your right collarbone toward the shoulder. Tilt the head back a little bit so that you can take that chin up and around. Imagine drawing a big circle with your chin. Taking it toward the right shoulder, tilting the head back a little bit. Draw the chin across the left collarbone and back to center, and then we'll reverse it. Taking the chin across the left collarbone, tilting the head back a little as you bring the chin up and around toward the left shoulder. Bring the chin across the right collarbone, back to center, and we'll do it again. Cross the right collarbone, tilting the head back, take the chin up and around to the left. Chin across the left collarbone and back to center. And last time, across the left collarbone, tilting the head back. Take the chin up, around to the right, across the right collarbone, back to center, and up. Moving on to our wrists. Take the arms out in front of you, elbows bent, forearms and palms facing up. Now, the tendency when we work our wrists is to go like this, and that's really not doing anything specifically for the wrists because all kinds of other things are moving. You really want to isolate the wrist. So imagine that you have a cup of coffee or a glass of water or whatever your beverage of choice might be on your forearm, and you don't want it to fall over. So again, coming into this position, extend the wrists so that the fingertips are toward the floor, and then we'll take circles with the wrists, starting by going in toward the pinkies. So start to circle the wrists, take them in, up, out toward the thumbs. The circle will probably be smaller than you imagine with that isolation of the wrists, around and down. Again, in toward the pinkies, up, out toward the thumbs, and down. Good, and now we'll reverse it. So take it out toward the thumbs, up, in toward the pinkies, and down, and again, out toward the thumbs, up, in toward the pinkies, and down. Moving back to the spine, we'll come onto your hands and knees to a tabletop position and do a couple rounds of cat-cow, but take cat-cow a little bit more slowly than maybe you normally would. We really want to move through each vertebra one at a time. So, starting at the base of the spine, we'll start to arch the back. Again, moving really slowly and starting to lift the chest. Head is the last thing to come up. Good. And then we'll start to tuck the chin. And then start to move from the top of the spine and all the way through until the tailbone is tucked. Good. And then we'll do that one more time. So starting again at the base of the spine, starting to lift the tailbone as we arch through the back. Lifting the chest, lifting the head, and then reverse it, dropping the chin, rolling through the spine, tucking the tailbone. Good. And then come back to a flat back. Coming up onto our knees, we'll move on to shoulders. So I like to wrap one arm across my belly, my right arm in this case, and then reach strong through the arm that we'll be moving. You can either reach through the fingertips or make fists. You just want to get strong and still so that we can isolate the shoulder. Start to take that arm forward and up. And then when it gets to that spot where it doesn't want to move any further, start to internally rotate in the shoulder. Rotating through your full range. Take it back and down and reverse it. Take it back. Externally rotating the shoulder. Rotate. Take it up, forward, and down. And we'll do it one more time. Taking it forward and up. Rotating in the shoulder. Take it back and down. Reverse it, take it back, rotate the shoulder, take it up, forward, and down. Good, and we'll do the other side. I'll turn around so that you can see this arm. Wrapping my left arm across my belly, reaching strong through that right arm. Again, you can make fists if that feels better. Take the arm forward and up.
internally rotating in that shoulder. Rotate, rotate, rotate. Take it back and down. Reverse it, take it back. Externally rotating in the shoulder. Take it up, forward, and down. And one more time, take it forward, up, rotate, take it back, and down. Reverse it, take it back, rotate the shoulder, take it up, forward, and down. Moving on to our hips. I'll turn back around. Come back to your hands and knees, tabletop position. And just like we did with your wrists, imagine that you have that beverage on your lower back and you don't want it to spill or tip over. So you want to really isolate in the hip and don't let that cheek pop up. So we'll take that left knee, or your right, we'll do both, forward. Start to take it out to the side. And then starting to rotate in that hip to take it around. Stay really strong in the belly so you don't fall into the lower back. Take it back and center. Reverse it, take it back. Starting to rotate in the hip. Take it to the side. Again, without lifting that cheek. Take it forward and down. One more time. Take it forward, to the side, around to the back, and center. Reversing it, take it back, to the side, and forward, and center. And then we will take the other side. I'll turn around. Hands and knees, tabletop position. Bring that knee into the front. Take it out to the side. Rotating in the hip, take it around to the back. Belly strong. And center. Reversing it, take it back. Starting to take it around to the side, to the front, center. One more time, take it forward, to the side, around to the back, and center. Reverse it, take it back, to the side, to the front, and center. And we'll come to downward facing dog. So I'm going to turn around, curl the toes under, lift the hips, pull back, downward facing dog. Take a second here just to pedal the feet out, maybe bending one knee and then the other, just to stretch out the legs. And then we will walk the hands to the feet or the feet to the hands, just making your way to the center of your mat or your space, and hang down. Shake everything out. You can shake the head out, shake the arms out. And then we'll slowly roll up, rolling through the entire spine. Head is the last thing to come up. Good. And then for the last set of joints, the toes. The toes might seem like an odd place to work on mobility, but our feet are our foundation, and toe mobility is really important. So, standing with the feet at a comfortable width, it can be hip width, a little further or a little closer, whatever gives you a nice stable foundation. Hands can be wherever you want. I like to bring the palms together, just keeps my arms from being all over the place and allows the rest of the body to be still so we can focus on the toes. Looking down at your toes, keep all of the little toes down and just lift the big toes up. Set the big toes down, lift the little toes up. It's harder than you might have thought. Little toes down, big toes up. Big toes down, little toes up. Good. Now we'll lift all of the toes up, spread them out, and then set the toes down one at a time, starting with the pinky. So pinky toe, ring toe, middle toe, index toe, big toe. Good. One more time. Lift all of the toes up, spread them out, set them down one at a time, starting with the pinky toe, the ring toe, the middle toe, the index toe, big toes. Good. And that's it. This is my short and sweet mobility sequence, but you really don't need much more than that to get the body moving better. And even just spending a few minutes a day on a mobility practice will allow you to see and feel greater ranges of motion. So keep moving. Thank you so much for joining me. Until next time.